Are you looking for professional training in forensic mental health?
So when we're thinking about the interview, this is interesting, sort of even in people's introductions, but just even defining what an interview is. From when you think about sort of the French sort of word for it, entrevue, it's seeing each other. So the interview isn't just the questions you're going to ask, right? Which is often what people think. It's just, what question should I ask? It's more importantly, it's the interaction between you, your relationship, your interaction, and your observations, right? You actually need to dig deeper. So when you're doing an interview related to assessing and managing balance risk, you want to make sure that to do that, you're identifying the presence of problems. Like you're identifying the risk factors then. That should be one of your primary goals. So this might be a little different than what you might be used to thinking about when you do an interview, where you might be thinking it's sort of just one phase, right, or one set of questions, that it's the interview. So this is really breaking it down into phases in terms of what you're trying to accomplish at each step. So generally in the very first step, we talk about it being sort of this phase of listening. So the first third of the interview is really trying to make sure that you're listening to the person. He's residing at his family home in Port Moody, British Columbia. So that's in the lower mainland of British Columbia, outside of Vancouver. He's a first-year undergrad at Twin Rivers University. And then what has happened is he's been charged with 4 counts of importing prohibited weapons, 4 counts of importing prohibited weapons without a permit, and 4 counts of smuggling firearms.
You've got to have it,
yeah.
Kind of thing. So you want to be looking at it all the time?
Yeah.
Okay. Does it give you any kind of pleasure? Is there something special that you like about it? Like collecting things?
I just want to have them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What are you gonna do like with your cells when you have those things? Like, are you the type of guy who would just collect them for money and turn around and sell them, or do you want to keep them?
Just keep them.
Yeah.
I have them like on the wall. I can look at them from time to time.
So that's your big hobby, is collecting stuff. Yeah. So just tell me a little bit about you when you were a kid and you came over. It's a hard transition to make that age. Was it hard to make friends?
Not really. People like friendly. They understood my situation again.
Okay. No.
Okay, we're just going to stop it right there. And so, again, this section is that very first phase where he's gathering information, establishing rapport. So what are your impressions of this? Sort of what are you picking up on in terms of the style or the content of it? So the process or the content?
To learn more about Concept's professional training opportunities, visit us at concept-ce.com.